Hello everybody, it's Barbary, the Wexford Stamper, back for my Tuesday Facebook Live on Thursday this week. On Tuesday I was taking my daughter back to college, so I'm here on Thursday. So welcome and thank you for watching. Now today is my last project for Valentine's Day. And I just kind of wanted to have all the projects here that I've made so far in my series. And if you have any interest going back and looking at any of these other projects, you can look on my blog, which is listed here below. And it says thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com. So if you'd like to go back and see any of those, that would be a great place to look. And I have trying to turn this one off, excuse me. There we go. All right. So let's kind of review what I've done already. My first project was this little flip top box that holds the 2 Ghirardelli squares in it right there. That was my first blog post. And my second one was the, I think it was the Rice Krispie treat holder. And that one is also available on my blog with a video tutorial. And the third one was my little gable box. And this holds 2 little Hershey bars. Really cute, very easy. And then last week, I put on my blog the pop-up pull-out drawer box. You pull it out and that little pop-up message right there. Okay, so those are the 4 I've done so far. Tonight, we're going to be doing this little goodie box. Now, before we get started on that, let me talk a little bit about the suite that we'll be using this evening. The suite is called From My Heart, and it's in the new mini catalog, and we've been using this for all of my projects. And the bundle is the Heartfelt, and this is a photopolymer stamp set, and it comes with 2 really great heart and scallop heart punches, and we're going to be using those this evening. All right. And we're also going to be using some of the pretty double-stitched satin ribbon in Real Red. And we're also going to be using some of the Designer Series paper, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, we're going to be using something that's actually not in the mini catalog. And they're available in the regular catalog, and they're acrylic card boxes, and we have these in our catalog, and you can make a bunch of cards and store them or give them away as a gift in these little acrylic boxes. Now let me show you where you can find those in the catalog. These aren't things that we show very often, but if you got to go to your annual catalog for this one. Hi Jody. And you're going to look for the pages that are packaging basics, 172, 173. And here you'll see all kinds of things that Stampin' Up! Offers for packaging, for gifts. We have these little mini pizza boxes, which I think you've seen those before. I've used those before on little projects. We have the mini shipping boxes. We have little pillow boxes, baker's boxes, some treat bags, and some cellophane bags too. But right here, on the end here of the second row are the acetate card boxes. And you get 10 boxes for $7. So that is a really great deal. And once we got them, everybody was so excited to have them to store their cards in and give them away as gifts. But then lots of demos, as they are very creative, came up with some other ideas for using the the acetate boxes. And that's where this project comes in. That's what we're going to be making tonight, using the acetate box. Now, if you notice here, this is not a full box. It is a half a box. So let me show you. When you get the boxes, take this out of the way for now. When you get the boxes, hi Renee, they look like this when you get them in the package. They're flat like this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is cut it in half. And this is what I've found to be the easiest way to do that. I'm going to take my cutter. Oops, and I just bumped that. Sorry, guys. I take my cutter and I'm going to open it up, and I'm just going to leave it flat like this, and I'm going to measure it from the very end of the flap there to here, and it measures 8 inches. So that tells me that the middle is going to be 4. So then I'm going to slide it over here to 4, and I'm going to take the scoring blade, because this plastic is a little too difficult to get through the cutting blade on here. So I'm going to take the scoring blade and go back and forth on there and make a mark on it. Okay, and you might not be able to see that because it's kind of shiny, but I can see the mark there. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and get my scissors out. And you want to take a big, strong scissors, and you just cut along your score line till you get to the end. And there we go. All right, so now I have 2 halves, so I can actually make 2 of these little treat boxes out of 1 of the acetate boxes. All right, so let's go ahead, and we're going to take the box that we cut apart, and I'm going to go ahead and put it together. And the way you do that is you just kind of bend it, the edges, and pop it open, and then you just close the bottom and close the tab in. So these are very, very sturdy boxes, and they work really well for this kind of a project. Okay, so there we go. We have a half a box, and it's all folded together. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of designer series paper from the suite, and I'm going to take the stripes just like this one. I love the stripes. And this piece is cut at 5.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, and on the long side, which is the 5.5 side, I'm going to bring in my scoring board. Oops, let's bring it in the right way here. And I'm going to score at, let's see, check my numbers, 2 and 2.5. And that's it. 2 and 2.5. Let's put our scoring board away. Okay, now I'm going to carefully take my bone folder, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crease my score lines. All right, there we go. And now what I'm going to do, this is going to be the part that flaps over. So you can see it in the back here, and then it flaps over into the front. So what you do is you put it on the inside. The long back piece goes on the inside like that. And then the other part just flips over like that. All right, so we want to be able to adhere this to the box. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put it 2 pieces here. One across the top of the back and one across the bottom. Now you won't see this because the tear and tape is pretty clear, but you want to have a nice, strong adhesive here to hold this in place so it doesn't fall out. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the backing off my tear and tape. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide it in the back of my box. Now, the way I tell this, the back is the part where the little flap is inside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this down. And when I get it to the bottom, I'm going to push it back to the back. Okay. Okay, so now it's all ready and it just folds over on top like that. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and make our little Happy Valentine's Day on top. And let's make the heart part first. And I'm going to go ahead and take my real red and my Happy Valentine's Day heart. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp it on. Oops, these are getting very dirty. It's a good thing I'm almost done all my Valentine's Day stamping. All right, so stamp it right there. All right, great. That's a nice image. Then I'm going to come in. This is the heart-shaped punch that goes with the set. Hey, Renee, did you get your things? I think you were supposed to get them by now. I'm hoping. I know you're anxious to get your goodies. All right, so there is our heart. All right, now I'm going to do something different to make the scallop here. On this scallop, I took the image from the stamp set and stamped it and then punched it out using the scallop punch. But this time I'm going to do something that I don't know if I mentioned to you before. This is a piece of the Designer Series paper from the suite. And there are some of these little scalloped hearts on the back. And would you know that they're perfect size that you can use your punch to punch them out? Isn't that a great? Stampin' Up's just started to do that, where they put images on the DSP that you can stamp out, punch out with your punches. I love that. So if you're in a big hurry and don't want to do a lot of stamping, you can just punch that out like that. All right, so now I'm going to need some of my dimensionals on my heart. And I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I'm glad you liked your card. I hope you get your goodies soon. I'll check and see when they're coming in. I think I might have an email about that. I thought they were there already. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick that right down on there. So that's done. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the goodie. And it's a good thing we're having this tonight, or there might not have been any of the candy left. But these are the everlasting Gobstopper Heartbreaker candy. And I got these at Target. Okay, and I have been enjoying them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of them out, easy as that, and just going to fill up the little half of my acetate box. So these boxes are about 70 cents a piece. And then if you can make 2 of the little treat boxes, whoa, there went a heart. That means they're about 35 cents each to make them. So that's a really, really good deal for a little treat box. All right, so there's my treat box. It's filled. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this time some of my red satin ribbon, which I love, mostly because I have run out of the gorgeous white crinkle ribbon. So, all right. Hi, Jean. Oh, we don't mind that you're late. We're glad you're here. We're just working on the final Valentine box. I'm going to go ahead. I go around the back, and I'm going to tie the front down so the flat stays flat down. All right. I'm going to take my satin ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and feed it through, and hopefully it'll make a bow. Yes, that's pretty good for Facebook Live. And I'm going to grab the loop there and do a little bit of floofing around. Okay, let's bring him back down here. And then I'm going to pull a little bit. That's a little big. All right, I think I like it. All right, let's bring in my scissors, and I'm going to cut the little links off there. All right, now we have one more thing to do. We can pull that down right about, you want it to be right about the middle. That holds it down the best. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional here and one here. So I'm going to kind of straddle the ribbon so that when I put down the heart, it'll cover up these 2 adhesives, but it will help hold the ribbon in place so it won't fall off your box. So I'm going to bring over my heart, and I'm just going to stick it right down there. And there you have it. Look how easy that is. Okay, so that is the acetate box. And I've seen them done in so many different ways. I mean, for Valentine's Day and others as well. So I will be putting this video and all the dimensions and everything on my blog, hopefully by Friday. So you can check that out. And remember that the other 4 projects I did for Valentine's Day are also available on my blog. And my blog is the Wexford Stamper, blogspot.com. Thanks again for joining me and have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you next Tuesday with a brand new project. Take care. Bye-bye.